Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and the Indianapolis 250 is just around the corner here for these 33 drivers who advanced their way on to this great race. Today it's the final practice session here on Carb Day. Early in the morning, you see all these guys looking to go out onto the racetrack, anticipating Sunday's big race. It's going to be 100 laps on Sunday for the Indianapolis 250. And our pole sitter will be Garrett Senor, who had the fastest time in the Fast 9 shootout on Sunday, last Sunday I should say. It'll be interesting to see who's fast in this session. We're going to see a lot of drafting, and we're going to see a lot of action here today on Carb Day. At noon Eastern Time, we qualify for the Freedom 50, and tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, it is the Freedom 50 from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday, it's the Indianapolis 250, the great race here in the Haas IndyCar Series. We'll crown a champion in this race for the 7th time. Here we go. We'll have to see who's strong here today in Carb Day practice for the Indianapolis 250. Got Jesse Turner here in the number 63. He will be starting in the 8th position on Sunday. Got the 81 of Ace Garcia, who was in the last night shoot. He'll be starting 29th. Here's Garrett Senor, our pole sitter for the Indianapolis 250, driving the number 19. He's going to lead us to the green flag, and it looks like he might already have an issue here in practice, kind of on the grass there. Not entirely sure if there's something wrong with the machine or not. First driver to complete a time here, Nicholas Amadio in the number 9, who will be starting in the 7th position on Sunday for the Indianapolis 250. Now Max Anderson has gone to the top of the board. Ryan Durrani to 2nd. And now it's Mitchell Henderson with the fastest time in the number 88. Henderson will be starting in the 11th position. And one thing I would like to mention, this is Peyton Hamilton. In fact, a she. My apologies there on that mistake. Peyton, a universal name, of course, so would like to apologize. But great to have 2 female drivers in this year's Indianapolis 250. Of course, the defending Indy 250 champion Audra Baranowskis in the number 27, and now Peyton Hamilton, who will be making her first ever start on Napa Fam, starting 26th on Sunday in the Indianapolis 250. But a 20-minute session here for Carb Day practice. Fastest right now, Mitchell Henderson in the number 88 machine. Trying to locate some of the guys who came close to getting knocked out. We're in the last 9 shootout on Sunday. Barely made their way in. Brandon Nelson going to be making his first ever start on Napa Fan. As a matter of fact, though, I think he's also in the Freedom 50, so he's got a busy weekend here from Indianapolis. But Brandon Nelson made it on to the Indianapolis 250 by 1/1000th of a second ahead of Josh King. And with that, Nelson going to be starting in the biggest race of his career here on Napa Fan, in the Haas IndyCar Series. Ryan Durrani, or should I say Zach Winkle in the number 66. A couple of Indy 250 only drivers running very well right now. Winkle going to be starting 30th tomorrow. He barely made his way onto the Indianapolis 250. And thankfully for him, he broke the curse on this McLaren machine. And as an Indy 250 only ride, there is no owner attached to it, so Winkle definitely going for broke here. We'll have to see what he can do. Peyton Hamilton to the top of the board. She ended up with a very fast time, drafting off of Mitchell Henderson ahead of her. And that will put Hamilton to the top position with Zach Winkle, Mitchell Henderson, Tristan Allen, and the 12 of Igor Barreto. Look for Tristan Allen here on the racetrack, the number 39 machine. There's the 93, his teammate Buck Hover, who will be making his first ever start on Napa Fan on Sunday. He will be starting in the 25th position there for Hamill Autosport. And Jim Miller making his first ever start in this event, driving number 48, going to be starting 19th. There is Tristan Allen, who was the fastest driver in the last 9 shootout, and that's a good sign for this number 39. If he was fast enough then, should be able to work his way from the back to the front, starting 28th alongside Francois Chastain in the big race. Great to see Tristan back in this event. There's Matt Tuck in the 28 machine. Matt Tuck's going to be a threat for this one as he starts in the 4th position on Sunday. He is currently the 13th fastest driver. And you get the number 10 of John Andrews, who's also going to be a threat, starting in the 3rd position. Teammate to Nicholas Samadia, both the Chip Ganassi machines qualifying inside the top 10. And in the last 9, or should I say fast 9 shootout. They were really fast on the first day. And Andrews had the best of the runs between the two drivers. He was faster than Samadio on both days in qualifying. This number 10 is the ride that won the Haas IndyCar Series Championship last year. So I would not be surprised if John Andrews has a good run on Sunday and a good run throughout the season. They're going to turn around and race at Lime Rock next Friday. First road course of the season over there. John Andrews has actually won that race before, so Andrews hoping for a great run in the Indy 250 and then heading over to Lime Rock where he has won before, possibly get a good run over there. Keep in mind, too, Sunday's race is not a double points race here for the Haas IndyCar Series, just a single point event, so you only get 50 points for the race victory. Now you get 1 bonus point for leading a lap and 2 bonus points for leading the most laps. And of course, we've already awarded the points to the drivers who qualified top 10 on Sunday. That was Garrett Zenor, Thomas Troxel, John Andrews, Matt Tuck, Owen Miles, Marty Johnson, Nicholas Samadio, Jesse Turner, Audra Baranowskis, and Igor Bretto, all receiving championship points from qualifications. From 10 points with Garrett Zenor down to 1 point for Igor Barretto. And it incrementing by 1 point through each position. So theoretically, Garrett Zenor comes into this race the points leader. And a maximum of 64 points heading into Lime Rock if Garrett Zenor leads the most laps on Sunday and wins the race. But with it not being a double points event, it definitely makes it interesting for the championship. Of course, last year, our Haas IndyCar Series champion Justin Zeidel failed to win a race all season long. He has won before on, or should I say, in the Haas IndyCar Series. And that came in the 2018 season in his rookie year. But he has never won and won the championship in the same year. Should I say he didn't win last year? Not making much sense. I don't know. Had a long day. That's all I gotta say. But a good long day. Not a bad long day. A good long day. Mitchell Henderson looking fast here in Carb Day practice. There is Justin Zeidel. We were mentioning him just a moment ago. Of course, our defending Haas IndyCar Series champion. And last season, when the season began in February of 2019, he ended up finishing second in the first 3 races of the year. So, no doubt, Justin Zeidel is one solid driver all around. Like I mentioned, he won a race in 2018 as well. As a matter of fact, his only race win in the Haas IndyCar Series came just like Audra Baranowskis' win here in the Indy 250 last year. It was Eric Monaco, who was in fact driving the number 10 machine, came down the pit lane with a fuel leak, and Justin Zeidel was second, came around to take the race victory in the Napa Indy California race for 2018. Of course, Riverside's going to be in July of this year, midweek or mid-season race this season for these guys, as Igor Barretto has gone to the top of the board for the King Motorsports team. Great run there for Barretto. 21 of Nathan Faden is now in second. He mentioned Faden, and Faden being the driver who won the last race in the Haas IndyCar Series at Pocono, the Haas World Championship 100. Of course, there's no other race on the schedule that races like the Indianapolis 250 closer than that finale race at Pocono. Pocono, a 2.5-mile racetrack with flat corners. Of course, it's shaped much differently, but the style of racing is very similar. The pit strategy is very similar. We had a wreck. Somebody's upside down. That is Max Anderson, who got in with the number 7 of Thomas Lipscomb. And Stapleton and Troxel getting into it right there. Now, the one thing, this is the one gripe I kind of have about Indy 2003, but it's a minor little detail. There are no cautions in practice sessions, and because of that, they just barrel right through these wrecks when they occur. Thankfully, on Sunday and in tomorrow's Freedom 50 as well, if a wreck happens, the caution will fly. The top 10 Igor Barretto in the number 12. Nathan Faden in the 21. Great run for Thomas Lipscomb, who will be starting 24th. Mitchell Henderson, Zach Winkle, Peyton Hamilton, Tristan Allen, Max Anderson, Matt Tuck, and Noah Clifton. Clifton starting in the 32nd position on Sunday. I have to see what he can do. You saw what happened to Troxel there. He lost a wheel, and that's just a taste of what we might see on Sunday for these guys. We could see a lot of wild wrecks. We've seen a lot of wild wrecks in this race before, and like I mentioned last year, and it was definitely very true in last year's race, Indianapolis owes you nothing. So you had better watch out for any wrecks and any possible issues you might have in your race car. Because let me tell you, it ain't over till it's over. We all thought Jonathan King was going to grab the rest. Boy, I just messed that up completely, and I feel so stupid now. Everybody thought that Jonathan King was going to scoot away with that race victory off of Turn 4 last year in the Indianapolis 250. None of us saw what was going to happen. He came down the pit lane, it shocked the world, and Audra Baranowskis went on to win the biggest race of her career. And heck, even in the All-Star race last Friday, everyone thought Zachary Fitzwater was going to win the darn thing. Jesse Turner comes and steals it right from him. You can never say a race is over until the checkered flag flies and the first driver crosses the start-finish line on the final lap. And that was especially true last year here at Indianapolis. It might just be true again this year. Who knows? We could have a side-by-side finish at the line. We could have a dead heat at the line. Someone who's very good at those types of finishes is this gentleman right here, Mr. Edge himself, Nicholas Amadio. The 2018 winner of the Indianapolis 250. There's the pole sitter for this year's Indianapolis 250. And there's our defending Indianapolis 250 champion, Audra Baranowskis. Amadio currently 13th, Sinor currently 18th, and Baranowskis currently 23rd, fastest here in Carb Day practice. I will say this session is probably the most meaningless session all week. The most meaningless event during Indy 250 week. But at the same time, we get a taste for what the racing's going to be. These guys get a taste for how the race cars are going to drive tomorrow. It's all around a very interesting session here during Indianapolis 250 Carb Day. There is Garrett Sinor, like we mentioned, will be leading the field of the green flag tomorrow for the 7th edition of the Indianapolis 250 here on Napa Fan. The second year it's been under the NOFSRL. I'd like to thank Marty for putting the league together and allowing us to host the longest race on the channel in the NOFSRL. Definitely proud to be NOFSRL strong here on Napa Fan. That sounded really weird, but whatever. Chase Harris, a very strong, true rookie. As a matter of fact, he is the highest starting true rookie in Sunday's Indianapolis 250. Of course, Chase Harris has never made a start on Napa Fan before. He will be starting 13th in the Otter Island Motorsports number 79. So just watch out. He might have a good run there. That's a pretty good starting position. Of course, last year, Jonathan King, who was the pole sitter for last year's Indianapolis 250, almost won this race. But Audra Baranowskis is one of the Fast 9 drivers, and she ended up winning the race. Odds are, I have a very good feeling, the winner of Sunday's Indianapolis 250, not tomorrow's Indianapolis 250, is going to be one of the drivers who made it into the Fast 9 shootout. They all are solid drivers, even including rookie Owen Miles. I think Miles is going to have a very good chance of winning this race. That American Autosport 38 is really fast, and we get to see that car on the racetrack. There it is. Obviously very impressed with the rookie driver, Owen Miles. He was the only rookie to the series in the Fast 9. And he definitely had a great outing, qualified in the 5th position. Trey Wright, the owner of this team, definitely very happy with the performance by Owen Miles on Sunday, and even on Saturday as well. But even Jesse Turner, this is definitely a dark horse for this Indy 250 race victory, and I say that because he is an Indy 250 only driver, so a lot of people might be, kind of pushing him off to the side, but he was really fast on Saturday, not as fast on Sunday. Will be starting in the 8th position. But Jesse's a guy who knows how to get it done. He's won races in this series before on super speedways, won at the Auto Club Speedway in 2017 in the Haas IndyCar Series. But I think Garrett Sonora's a guy to watch out for. Both of these drivers, both Jesse Turner and Garrett Sonora, looking for win number 20. Now, then again, Turner is in tonight's Coca-Cola 600 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, so there is that possibility that Turner could be coming into the Indy 250 looking for win number 21. We'll have to see how that all goes down. But if he does not win tonight, which he won the All-Star race last week, very good chance Turner could win tonight in the Coke 600. Both of these guys, both Garrett Sonora and Jesse Turner, coming into this Indianapolis 250 with 19 career wins. If either of them win, they would go to 20 career Napa fan wins. They are the two winningest drivers who will be in this Indianapolis 250. And not only that, they're both starting inside the top 10. So just watch out for these veteran drivers. They've been racing alongside each other for a long, long time. And now they're going to be starting alongside each other in an Indianapolis 250. But obviously you cannot count out this lady right here, Audra Baranowskis. Even though she was the slowest driver in the Fast 9 shootout, she has a very strong car. I'd watch out for Nicholas Samadieu as well. He's won this race before. Some dark horse picks. Thomas Troxel, number 17. John Andrews in the 10. Maybe even Matt Tuck in the 28. Guys who kind of haven't been around in the Haas IndyCar Series that long or have taken a break from the Haas IndyCar Series, like Andrews and Tuck. They had great outings in qualifying. Imagine they're going to have great outings in the race on Sunday. Owen Miles, another dark horse, and Marty Johnson. Marty's another one of these guys who's been in the Haas IndyCar Series for a long time. He's a teammate to Chase Harris at Otter Island Motorsports, and Marty's going to be starting in the 6th position. He might also have a good shot at winning this race. And even guys who did make the Fast 9. Edgar Barreto, Mitchell Henderson, Jordan Lopez. If you want a good sleeper pick, Jordan Lopez is the guy to pick. He's second quickest right now with Mitchell Collins fastest so far in Carb Day practice. But Jordan Lopez, basically the Tristan Allen of the Haas IndyCar Series, going to be his 4th season in this series, and he's yet to win in a Haas IndyCar Series race. We'll have to see what Lopez can do. His teammate Cole Speed there right behind him. Cole Speed will be starting 21st in his first career Napa fan race. We're obviously looking forward to seeing what Jordan Lopez can do, though, starting in the 12th position. Max Anderson, another guy I'd like to watch out for as well. Starting in the 14th position, an Indianapolis 250 veteran. And you got some guys who are making their first starts in this race. Guys like Dale Lightning and Mitchell Collins. Of course, Collins currently fastest in this session. Nathan Faden, a veteran of the Haas IndyCar Series. Same with Luke Rainey. Not to mention Luke Rainey in the number 1 machine. Rainey won this race in 2017, so Rainey could definitely have a good chance at winning this year's Indianapolis 250, starting in the 18th position. Of course, Andrew Miller in the 48 also going to be a strong contender. Davey Johnson, most experienced full-time driver outside of Christian Master. Of course, Master unfortunately failed to qualify for this race. But Davey Johnson's definitely a guy to watch out for in this number 20 machine. Has 3 career wins in the Haas IndyCar Series, I do believe. No driver's ever won more than 3 races in this series. I have a good feeling about Davey, though. He could have a good shot at this one. Going to be starting in the 20th position. Indy 250 only driver Ryan Durrani, a super dark horse for this one. Starting 22nd. Justin Zeidel, defending Haas IndyCar Series champion, will be starting in 23rd. And then a boatload of true rookies, all making their first career Napa fan starts. Thomas Lipscomb, Buck Hover, Peyton Hamilton, and Francois Chastain all barely locked their spots on Saturday. And you got guys like Tristan Allen and Ace Garcia who have been in this race before, who have a lot of Napa fan experience. Zach Winkle the same, Noah Clifton the same, Noah Clifton. Or should I say Nathan Stapleton the same, and Noah Clifton. All those guys have a lot of experience on Napa fan, a lot of wins. But then there's Brandon Nelson, first career Napa fan start, barely got in by the skin of his teeth. He'll be starting in the 33rd position. In a way, he's Mr. Irrelevant. But who knows, he might become very relevant at the end of the day on Sunday. if he finds a way to victory lane. The race is open to any of these 33 competitors. There are definitely drivers who are stronger than others. Drivers who have won this race before, have more experience. But in the end, they're all equal. And they all have that same equal chance of becoming legendary in the NOFSRL and on Napa Fan. This is a race everyone wants to win, the longest race we run. And it's going to be a wild one. Sunday, May 24th at noon Eastern Time right here on Napa Fan. Mitchell Collins, Jordan Lopez, Luke Rainey, Brandon Nelson, Agar Barretto, Cole Speed, Tristan Allen, Noah Clifton, Davey Johnson, and Andrew Miller. The top 10 fastest drivers here in the final practice session. This will be the last time they go out on the racetrack until the big race. And obviously we have it set up already, but you will see the big race, the Indianapolis 250, Sunday, May 24th, right here on Napa Fan at noon Eastern Time. That's how they line up in the Carb Day practice. It does not have any significant meaning, but you can definitely get a taste of who's fast and who's not here. Have to see how it all goes down. At noon Eastern Time today, Freedom 50 qualifying. Later on tonight, the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Coca-Cola 600 from Charlotte. That's a great race, as always. Definitely recommend tuning into that at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow, it's the Freedom 50 at noon Eastern Time, the special event to open up the Indianapolis 250. And then, of course, Sunday, May 24th, it's the great race, the Indianapolis 250, noon Eastern Time, right here on Napa Fan. Garrison Orr will be leading us to the green flag for that event. Congratulations to Mitchell Collins, fastest here in Carb Day practice. And we will see you guys in less than an hour for Freedom 50 qualifying here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I will see you guys later.